Hi guys, I'm Buck Weezer, putting the do into do-it-yourself. I'm here today with this John Deere LA135 lawn tractor, and our job today is to replace the ground drive belt. Now I'm going to go underneath and show you what I'm looking at. It's not a terribly difficult job, I don't believe, but first thing I'm going to do, actually I've already done, is to yank the deck off of it, get the cutting deck out of the way. Got another video on rehabbing the cutting deck if you've got one of these John Deere lawn tractors and need some deck repair. Then I'm going to try to get the tractor a little bit up in the air. I'm going to put the front wheels on ramps just to make it a little bit easier to work. It's not necessary entirely to do it, but I think it'll help me do a better job filming what's going on underneath the tractor. So let me put it up on ramps and I'll be right back. Okay, I got the tractor up on ramps. Give us a little more space to work. Let's crawl under the tractor and I'll show you what we got. So here we are in the middle of the tractor, and you can see that our belt's kind of chewed up. But worse than that, these plastic pulleys have been chewed up. Look. It's been chewed up by squirrels, I think, because there was other evidence of squirrels attacking this tractor. And I know it's kept outside, it's not garaged, so it's getting kind of beat up that way. So I need to replace these two pulleys, and I'm going to order them. I'm going to order a new belt. So this is the pulley, the Idler Pulleys, around which the belt travels, and this thing pivots when you step on the brake pedal, and it goes around. Again, sorry, I'm on the ground under a tractor, doing my best here to show you. The belt wraps around the transaxle right below the plastic fan. Hopefully you can see that. Alright, so that's pretty straightforward there. Weaves its way through these pulleys and then goes to the front of the tractor and around the main PTO. Hard to see. But you can see that the belt runs on either side of the steering column, the steering shaft. So we're going to take down this, we're going to pull the steering shaft out of the way by removing this gear at the bottom. I'm going to put an impact on that nut at the bottom. Hopefully take that gear off. Could be a bit of a chore. And then I'll be able to pull the steering shaft up out of the way and we can get the belt off. Alright, so what you want to do is apply the parking brake, because that will put the belt in a slackened position so we can easily take it off the respective pulleys and get it down and out of the way. So I'm going to apply the brake, get my impact, and see if I can break loose the nut at the base of that steering shaft. Alright. Pretty tight. There we go. There's one guy. There's the second. You can see how chewed up that is. Wow. Yeah. It's not even round anymore, so we got to replace that. You may have to loosen these. Even if you're not replacing these idler pulleys, you may have to loosen them or take them off to get the belt out. Alright, so we've done that. Now let's turn our attention to this guy. Okay, this is a 19 millimeter. Hopefully this guy will come down without too much trouble. I got lucky. Yeah, it's just a little impact. Now look, some of you are saying, you're not using an impact socket. No, that's true, I'm not. Because I don't have them, and for these little jobs working on tractors, it's not that big a deal. if the socket breaks, I'll just replace it. I realize it's not an impact socket. Alright, so that guy comes down, and then this guy is going to come off, and then we'll be able to pull the shaft out of the, up at the steering wheel, we'll be able to pull it up and just move it out of the way. So let me see if I can do that real quick. Okay, now with the steering shaft out of the way, we should be able to reach up and get the belt off of the pulleys. The one at the transaxle and the one up here. I'm gonna have to do that with the camera on the ground. I won't be able to show it to you because I just need to use two hands to get it done. But that should be all that's required for getting this belt out. Well, as it turns out, I do have to take down this crankshaft pulley, the PTO here off the crankshaft, because the drive belt up there is held tightly against the pulley with you know, some metal molded belt keepers, and I'm just gonna have to lower the crankshaft pulley a little bit to get it out. So let's see if my little impact can come through again to remove this guy. Oh yeah, that's great. All right, he's coming down, and should be able to get the actually the only thing holding it up now is the belt. So I should be able to reach up there with two hands, get the belt off, and then I'll temporarily screw the pulley back up in place just to keep it out of the way for now. Okay, I see another around the transaxle pulley, there's another belt keeper there that's holding the belt up against the pulley. So I got to take that down with a, you can take that belt keeper out of the way with a 15mm open end wrench, which I got up there right now. And I'll be able to get the belt off. So doing that right now, and that'll be our final step in belt removal. And it's probably too dark to see what I'm doing there, but take my word for it, right back there. Alright, let me put the camera down to do that. Well, here's the parts that we need for this job, and the main one, of course, is the new ground drive belt. I went with genuine John Deere parts for this today. I don't always, but I did here. So this is the belt GX20006. I can't say for sure that this is the belt for your tractor, but it probably is, because this is the same setup on a lot of these John Deere lawn tractors, not just the LA series, D series, others as well. Now here's our two idler pulleys. So let's take a look at them. This one's a little bigger, and also it's flat. And this is GX20287. And the other one, which is grooved, not flat like the other, this is GX20286. Again, I'll bet you that these are the same for quite a lot of the John Deere lawn tractors. And I will leave a link in the description where you can easily buy those parts. And finally, you remember I said I want to replace the steering shaft gear. So I got one of those too. This one is aftermarket. This isn't a official John Deere, but it doesn't matter. The John Deere part is GX20053. So with those parts identified and on hand, we can crawl under the tractor over there waiting for us. It's a little bit wet out today, so I got a old shower curtain to keep me a little bit cleaner. And the installation is the reverse of what we did to take it off. And I'll try my best to show you some of that when I'm under there. A little hard to do though with the camera, so we'll give it our best shot. Alright, I'm going to start by putting the two idler pulleys up on our bracket. it's nice because you can't screw it up. You don't want to, you get, this one will only fit here. It won't fit there. So that's going to help us keep things straight. So this is the flat Idler, a little bit bigger. He goes there. Now I'm going to just spray these threads with a little Deep Creep lubricant. Just an optional little thing. So this guy's going to go up there. Now I'm not going to put them up tight. I'm going to leave them very loose because until we have the belt threaded, or through the pulleys in the right fashion, we can't tighten these yet. So I'm just going to put them up there loosely. That one there, this one here, and I'll start the nut but won't tighten it. We'll just leave it nice and loose so we can then thread our belt around the pulleys. Okay, I'm starting here around the back, around the transaxle. I got I removed this belt guide. He's out of the way. We'll install him later. I put the belt over top of the fan and now around the pulley. It's a little bit loose there, but that's there. Okay. Then later we'll put that guide back in. Now I've put the belt around these pulleys, and now I can take my my driver and tighten these down. I forgot I need a deep socket for that. Or I'll get my deep socket and finish tightening those down, and then we're gonna fish the belt around the crankshaft pulley. This guy right there. That's our next step. Okay, so the belt is wrapped around the upper crankshaft pulley there, as you can see. And now it's just a matter of tightening this crankshaft bolt. Okay, good. So the belt's routed, and it's still very slack because I have the parking brake set. So if I release the parking brake, that should put the belt at its full tension. That's hard to do with one hand. There we go. And now that should be tight around our pulleys, to the back, to the fan. Hope you can see. So it's around the back pulley there, under the fan, around our idlers, up and around the upper crankshaft pulley. We got to bring our steering shaft back down through here, reattach that with the new shaft gear that we bought, and then to finish it up, we'll reinstall this belt guide the back of the transaxle. So to install that steering shaft gear, make sure your wheels are straight and your steering wheel's straight, and we'll come under here and hopefully this will go up easily. All right, the nut goes on. It's a 19 millimeter. There we go. And our steering is back in business. Belt's in place. Now, let's focus on this guy. I found for this guy the easiest thing to do is to just crawl under there and reach around behind the transaxle and get it started. It's hard to reach through the front here, but reaching around under the back can usually get it in. I'll do that, and then we'll celebrate our victory on a job well done. Well, that's it, guys. That's all there is to replacing the ground drive belt on this John Deere LA135. All that's left is to fire it up and try it out, which I can't quite do because I got some other maintenance work to do on this engine and on the deck. Of course, you can't mow you're not ready to mow grass until you hang the deck back on. So you just have to take my word for it. I think we did a pretty good job. I know it was a little bit hard to see. Some of the filming angles are tough when you're crawling under a tractor, but hopefully there was enough views and information to give you a little bit of an advantage and some tips for doing this for yourself. It's a great DIY project. Thank you for joining me on this video. I look forward to your comments and your questions, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.